Welcome back. After the death of his grandfather, a young man learns the truth about his double life and his secret calling. Short film shot on basically no budget in Santa Fe, and it's really fascinating. I'm interested to hear more about this story. Here with more on the film, Chris Garcia and Dominique Mazier. It's good to have you both this morning. You act in it, and
Yes.
this was inspired by your writing it and directing it, correct?
It was, yes.
All right, so let's start with you, Chris. Tell me about a summary of the movie Heirloom, right? That's what it's called?
Yes. So basically what happens is that Cole, that I'm playing, finds out that his grandfather, after his death, his grandfather hands him an heirloom, and it turns out that his grandfather also has like another life. And
Interesting.
yeah, it's pretty interesting.
A little background there,
Yeah.
right?
And he also learns more about himself too.
And it's fascinating. All unfolds in about 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty fun film. What inspired you to sort of write this and get this off the ground, direct it?
It was an idea I had. It just came to me one day. I had been thinking about a lot of things, and this simple idea popped in my head, and I thought, you know what, that'd make a good story. So it has history with the grandfather, and then it's handed down to Cole, which is the heirloom. So it's interesting, I'll say that.
Now, you're hoping to get this off the ground in what way? It's a no-budget film, so you had a lot of volunteers that were involved in this. So your intentions for Heirloom and how the Kickstarter campaign that we're going to talk about here, how does that wrap into all this?
So we're gonna try to have it as a series. And I'm glad that you mentioned the Kickstarter, because even though we have had our funding, we would still want more to help.
It's a shot and filmed in New Mexico, and of course, with New Mexico staff, you intend to do that with the rest of the films as well?
Absolutely. The goal is to really show that a great series can not only be shot here, but can also come from New Mexico from beginning to end. So that's really what the goal is with Heirloom. It started out as a short film. It's kind of like an intro into the story. We have a trailer out as well on the Kickstarter campaign that shows just a taster of what's coming up next.
How many more stories are you going to have as part of that? Do you have more written?
We have more. It's unlimited at the moment. There's so many ways you can go.
I bet it's fascinating to watch the character development in this, because it's a shorter film, so 13 minutes. So a lot of the films that we see these days, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
How do you work to develop your character and work with the other actors in that short amount of time and keep people interested in it too?
It's kind of hard, but fitting so much of the story in so little time, but it's very fun.
And you have a lot of fun, I'm sure,
Yeah.
helping people kind of sell the idea of the story, which it sounds like a fascinating ordeal. So, have you reached your goal yet? You still got more to raise?
We did reach the goal.
Okay.
We set our goal lower, but like you said, the door for contributing is still open. We're always looking for more backers.
Kickstarter campaign, do you have a way to donate? Is it just straight through that? You search on Kickstarter, or do you have a website location?
Search Kickstarter for Heirloom, the film. We're also on Facebook if you search for heirloom.film.
Well, we are going to have a link to at KRQE.com to sort of further that effort there. So a movie, short film shot in New Mexico, and both these guys involved in it. Chris, Dominique, thank you so much for being here this morning.
you.
And we will be right back. Don't go anywhere.